What's up, Road to Riches gang? We back at you with another video. Now today, this morning was actually crazy. We're going to talk about what happened with this stock. This stock halted 3 times before 10 a.m. So this stock went on a crazy run. Now if y'all don't know, and if y'all not keeping up on Instagram, the stock that we talking about is HCTI. This stock went on 3 halts before 10 a.m. Now if you don't know what a halt is, basically when the stock moves a certain percent, I forget the exact percent that it is, but when it moves a certain percent in a certain amount of time, the price action stops. So you can't buy the stock, you can't sell it. So you're kind of just stuck at that point waiting for the stock to open back up. Now, most of the time we get a stock that holds to the upside, you're in the green, the stock's probably going to keep going up. If you're holding to the downside, the stock is probably going to fall. So early morning, this stock started running. I don't like to buy these stocks early in the morning, especially a stock like this, which is under VWAP. So I waited for it to recover, which it did. Also, I was thinking about buying it when it first halted around like 9:38. I know it halted around like 9:30, around like 9:30 in the morning. But again, I was super cautious, but the stock did run up. So after it ran up over that VWAP line, around 9:42. The stock was around $8. That's when I started buying into the stock. Right after I brought in though, we got caught right into a halt. Now, I wasn't too mad because the stock halted all the way up to $8.70. Right after that first halt, we got a next halt all the way up to $9 and about 80 cents. And then the third halt was all the way up to $10. So I started to sell my shares around that $10 area, but if you see, we had a big red candle. So right after that $10, it hit that $10 area, it broke down all the way back down to $8. So I started to sell a little bit because I didn't know if we were gonna keep halting to the downside. I've seen that happen before, so I made a good amount of profit on this stock today. I was up way more when we was at that $10 area, but it was hard for me to get out because we halted to the downside. So as I just said before, you can't sell the stock until it opens back up again. And it hit $10, it opened back up around $8.80. So that's when I started to really sell. However, we did have a little bit of a good dip buy opportunity at like $7.80, and then it went up to $9. So that was a little bit of a good dip buy, but I didn't play that stock because I didn't really have too much money to play around with. After I brought that big amount of shares early in the morning around 9:40, and then we had those two crazy halts. So this stock was halting a lot this morning. Again, if you hold into the upside, that's a good sign. But let's see why this stock was actually running. So according to the news, HCTI shares shot up 300%. No, not 300, 200% to $9.87. We was actually over that 200% because we hit $10. Because the company launched an initiative to present ransomware attacks in the $35 billion healthcare data market. So nice news on the day, nice chart, nice recovery in the morning, and the stock it wasn't too much up in the pre-market as far as the chart goes, as we'll see in these next stocks. But nice little profit on HCTI. Hope some of y'all got some money off of this stock or at least took a little piece of this move. Next stock we're gonna be talking about that I didn't trade, but it was one of the top gainers on the day was AULT. The reason why this stock was running was because they expected 200 million in revenue for the 2023 share surge. Now, that news wasn't super key news, so I wasn't too worried about it. I was more worried about the chart. Now, if you look at the chart, we're already under VWAP and VMA, so this was not a stock that I wanted to trade on. We was around $4.50. We did run up to $6.20, but I don't like this stock. Super choppy. Volume is not too crazy on this, so be careful with stocks like this. I know it was the top gainer, but we're super under VWAP and the VMA, and we didn't even get a break over VWAP. Most of the time, these stocks would do that. They would they will run up, they'll hit VWAP, they'll hit under VWAP, and then they'll break down again. So be careful on these stocks. But alt was running. It did have a nice little play in the morning that you could have caught, so not too bad. But if you lost money, that's probably why, because you're chasing a lot of these top gainers and they're already under VWAP. The news is not that crazy, so just be careful with that, especially if you're a beginner. Again, another stock that you got to be careful with. This was also a top gainer was RXRX. We're not even going to talk about the news because first thing you should be looking at is the chart. Now, if the chart is good, then you go to the news, go to all that other stuff. But RXRX, this stock was already on the VWAP, right, even in the pre-market going into the regular session. So I didn't trade this stock, and it was already at $18. So you already know my stocks that I like are between $3 and $8. So didn't hit any of the criteria for us, but it was a top gain on the day, and it was up over 50%. Next stock we're going to be talking about was from yesterday. Little recap was ELOX. Now this stock did have a little bit of a run. I was about to trade this stock instead of HTCI. Good thing I did it. This stock went from $8.25 all the way up to $10. However, right after that, this stock broke down under VWAP again. Now I didn't trade the stock also because the volume wasn't there. If it had more volume, I probably would have traded this, but good thing I did it because HCTI went on that crazy run and I made a good amount of profit from that stock instead. But ELOX was a good stock that you could have traded in the morning. Again, a lot of these stocks that run the day before and they hold up in the pre-market, there's opportunities in a regular session for these stocks to go up. So be on the lookout for that. Now again, stock that we traded that went crazy this morning was HCTI with those crazy halts, but it did start a halting to the downside. We'll see how it ends on the day. Right now, $10 is looking like the high of the day, and it kind of probably scared a lot of people out because it started halting to the downside right after it started halting to the upside. So who knows what's going on with this stock, if it's being manipulated or if it's just running off that good news. So take everything with a grain of salt. This stock also was a micro cap. I believe the market cap was under like 50 million. So super micro cap. Just make sure y'all paying attention to that supply and demand, right? Y'all supporting resistance lines and doing y'all due diligence. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.